Are you someone who keeps gaining weight even when you're not eating that much?
You've tried dieting, even working out, but nothing really seems to work?
After your meals, do you often feel heavy and all you want to do is just lie down?
If you're nodding along, then this video is just for you. There's a hidden reason why this happens, a reason almost nobody talks about. It's called the Kapha body type.
You see, in Ayurveda, there are three main body types: Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Kapha is the one which is naturally more heavy in nature. Now, if you're a Kapha and your body is balanced, you're physically the strongest amongst the three types, mentally the most stable. But when this Kapha increases too much, it makes your body store fat much faster, feel so sluggish that you just can't get off the couch, and experience a constant sense of sadness and lack of motivation. In part 1, we'll do a quick 7-step test to confirm if you're truly even a Kapha body type or not.
In part 2, you'll learn about the 3 types of foods that secretly fuel weight gain.
In part 3, you'll get a step-by-step meal plan which has helped thousands of Satvic community members lose excess weight and feel lighter.
And lastly, we'll share 2 life-changing habits that a Kapha should never skip.
Personally, I've been a Kapha body type myself all my life. Growing up, I was always overweight and was even bullied for it. But when I received this timeless wisdom and put it to action, it literally flipped my life upside down. I reached my ideal weight, started feeling confident again, and almost felt like I was reborn. And today, I want to share the same knowledge with you so that you too can take its full benefit. Let's start with our test. I'm going to share with you 7 quick signs of a Kapha body type. Every time you hear one and think, oh, that's me, just give yourself a mental tick. By the end of it, you'll know whether you're really a Kapha body type or not. The first, you have a wide frame and a tendency to gain weight easily. You see, all our bodies are made of the 5 elements. Kapha types have more earth and water elements inside, which are both what? Heavy and dense. That's why no matter what you do, it almost feels impossible to become super thin and light. The second sign, your digestion is slow and sluggish. Kapha people have what Ayurveda calls Manda Agni, weak digestive fire. If a Pitta body type's digestion is like cooking food on a full gas, full flame, a Kapha's digestion is like cooking it on a low flame. Automatically, things take more time to cook or digest in this case. That's why as a Kapha, you might not feel physically hungry very often. And if you skip a meal, you don't get cranky like a Vata or Pitta. Third, you're blessed with thick, lustrous hair, which is naturally abundant. Have people ever complimented your hair and asked,
what shampoo do you use?
If yes, you can mark a tick for this characteristic. Alright, fourth, you have soft and smooth skin. Kaphas have natural snigdhata, oiliness in their skin, almost like they have this built-in moisturizer. That's why even without applying creams, their skin doesn't get dry easily. Also, they don't have many breakouts like a Pitta body type. And the bestest part, Kaphas age slowly. Wrinkles don't show up on their skin until much later in life. Like my mom, who's a Kapha dominant body type and about 50 years old, but I'd say still looks max 35, isn't it? Fifth, Kaphas tend to speak less and listen more. They can remain silent for long stretches and speak only when necessary. And that's why others might even call you introverted or too quiet. Sixth and the second last sign, Kaphas are naturally very nurturing and loving. They are very calm as people. They're also compassionate and love taking care of others. They are like the mom of every friend group. The kind who will cook for 10 people only when 5 are coming over for dinner. Okay, the last sign, a very important one. Kaphas have a tendency to hold on, a tendency to collect and hold things. They also hold on to people and get attached very easily. Similarly, they hold on to fat on their bodies and even to the beliefs in their mind. You see, they think a lot before forming their opinion about something. They're not impulsive. But once they do, they don't change it easily. They're very stable. And this is what makes Kaphas also the most loyal people, whether it's in their relationships or friendships. Now, if you related to many of these signs, you're most likely a Kapha dominant body type, or might even have Kapha as a secondary dosha in your body type. Either way, if you did relate, you're at the right place. Let's move to the next part of our video and uncover what are those 3 types of food which make you gain weight without you even realizing it.
The first category is of sweet foods. This of course means things like cakes, biscuits, chocolates, Indian mithai, ice creams, but also the healthy sweets like dates, jaggery, sweet fruits like mangoes or smoothies.
Wait, hold on. I get that stuff made with white sugar is bad for me. But how can mangoes and dates be harmful? Isn't that a bit too extreme?
Well, it's not like you have to stop eating mangoes or healthy homemade desserts. No, not at all. You can have them. Just remember to have them sparingly. Instead, if you want to feel light and be in shape, you've got to balance the sweetness with the opposite tastes. And what's the opposite of sweet? Think. It's pungent and bitter, tikha and kadwa. Those 2 tastes are your best friends. Now you may be wondering, how can you incorporate these tastes into your day-to-day life? An easy way to do that is by including more spices in your meals, which are both pungent and bitter in nature. When I say spices, I don't mean red chilies. I'm talking about spices like ginger, black pepper, cinnamon, cumin, turmeric, cardamom, cloves, mustard seeds, and even some green chilies. All these spices wake up a kapha's slow digestion. They help move that stuck, stagnant energy. And as we get into the meal plans, we'll show you more ways to sneak in bitter and pungent foods into your meals. And even share about that one powerful vegetable that is like a medicine for a kapha.
Alright, let's look at the second category that will cause the most weight gain and lethargy for kapha. And it is dairy products, which means milk, cheese, paneer, curd or ghee. Now, irrespective of your body type, when it comes to a Satvic lifestyle, we recommend moving to a plant-based diet and letting go of dairy altogether. But for Kapha body types, this is even more critical. In fact, even Ayurvedic texts share that dairy is one of the worst foods for Kapha. This is because dairy products have heavy, sticky, oily qualities, much like Kapha's own nature. Hence, they make you gain weight and further slow you down.
The third food category that kaphas need to stay away from is excessive fats. This includes pakoras, samosas, puri, bhujia.
Wait, I know these are bad for me. I haven't had pakoras or puris in months now, but I still keep putting on weight.
Well, excessive fat does not just include samosas and pakoras. It also includes healthy fats like heaps of nuts, spoonfuls of nut butters, or even using cold pressed oils. Now think about it. If someone's skin is already oily, would you rub more oil on top of it? No, right? It sounds ridiculous. Same way for kaphas, you already have a lot of internal oil, and by eating fatty foods, you're just adding more stickiness and heaviness in the body. Mind you, this is the total exact opposite for a vata. For them, healthy fats are like medicine, as we discussed in our other video about the vata body types. So yeah, just to summarize, reduce sweet, fatty and dairy. Instead, eat food that's slightly pungent, bitter, light and airy.
Sugar nahi, oil nahi, dairy nahi. Khao kya? Hawa?
No, not at all. We have a wonderfully crafted meal plan specially for Kapha body types, which does not include only Hava, but this and this. If you implement it in just 1 week, you will notice less puffiness on your face or belly, and when you step on the weighing machine, you'll finally see a smile instead of a sigh. So let's jump onto the first meal of our day, pre-breakfast. There are 2 very simple options here that work wonderfully to help you stay in shape. The first is amla juice. This juice fires up your digestion. And when your digestive fire is strong, your food does not just sit there turning into extra kilos. It gets digested more quickly and your weight automatically stays in check. The second option is our good old ash card juice. Do you know, a study showed that those who drank this juice even just 4 days in a week saw a significant drop in their weight. Their waist size came down and the fat thickness around their arms and back also reduced. Even an important marker, NLR, which shows inflammation in the body, also went down. So please do not underestimate these juices. They are Mother Nature's own medicine. Just pick whatever is easiest for you to make and start from tomorrow only, okay? If you have the slightest confusion on how to make them, watch our latest video about juices where we explain the process. We've shared links to all additional resources in the description below. Okay, moving to breakfast. Now, unlike a Pitta or a Vata, who actually need a substantial breakfast, for a Kapha, breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. So you want to keep it light. In fact, one of the most powerful changes you can make is to start your morning with fruit instead of something heavy and grain-based. Within fruits, go for the lighter ones like pears, apples, pomegranate, strawberries, cherries, melons, and less of the heavy, dense ones like bananas, mangoes, chikus, coconuts, or dates. You can make a fresh fruit bowl and sprinkle a few seeds over it, like sunflower, pumpkin, or flax seeds, to make it more wholesome. A few nuts is also okay to add along, but not more than 5 to 7. Give your body 3 to 4 days to get used to a fruit-based breakfast. Once it does, trust me, those afternoon yawns will just vanish away, and you'll feel this lightness. You'll wonder to yourself, where has this energy been all my life? Don't worry, as we get to the mid-meals, we'll share some fantastic options you can have whenever you feel hungry in between meals. Alright, it's lunchtime. So your lunch should be the main meal of your day, the biggest one. This is where you can have your grain meal. To make this, pick any one grain with twice the amount of vegetables. This could take the form of roti sabzi, or a khichdi, or dosa with stew, or millet or quinoa with lots of vegetables, anything you like. The best grains for Kapha are millets. Millets are our ancient grains with so many types available. Bajra, jowar, ragi, gangani, the list just goes on and on. You can pick any millet and basically use it as a substitute for rice or wheat. Even for making chapatis, you can use the flour of millets. You want to avoid rice and wheat, especially if you have a tendency to gain weight, as they are relatively heavier to digest. Moving on to our veggies, you can have plenty of water-rich veggies like bottle gourd, which is lauki, rich gourd, torai, pointed gourd, parval, ash gourd, petha, round gourd, tinda. Did you even know so many gourds exist? And of course, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, bell peppers. However, you want to avoid consuming too much of those veggies which are dense, like potato, sweet potato, jackfruit, yam, or pumpkin. Remember, reduce sweet, fatty, and dairy, and instead eat food that's what? Slightly pungent, bitter, light, and airy. One vegetable which works like magic for Kapha body types is bitter gourd or karela. It's actually fantastic for you because bitter taste in general helps in clearing out congestion from a Kapha body. Now, you can also include a portion of legumes in your meal, but you want to stick to the lighter ones like moong dal or masoor dal. One quick point before we move to mid-meal and dinner. One thing that Kaphas must absolutely avoid, especially after lunch, is napping. To eat a heavy meal and directly go to sleep after that is a short way to pile on weight. Instead, what you need is to take a short walk, just even 100 steps after your meals. Alright, now let's talk about our mid-meal. For this, you can enjoy coconut water or even ginger tulsi tea, which is great for boosting your digestion and clearing congestion. And if you're still hungry, you can have a light fruit, a few slices of coconut, or roasted makhanas. Keep it simple and light. Now, time for our final meal of the day, which is dinner. The rule here is simple. The earlier you eat your dinner, the more healing your body will get, and the faster you'll reach your ideal weight. For Kapha, dinner should be light. Some options are a comforting warm vegetable soup, or sauteed veggies with a tasty chutney, or a fresh salad made with leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, amaranth leaves, mustard leaves, or kale. Leafy greens are especially good because they have that slight bitterness that helps to balance Kapha. If you're even slightly concerned about the salad not digesting well, you can even steam it just a bit. And if you're confused and thinking,
But how on earth will I make all this?
don't worry at all. We have multiple recipes on the Satvic app made freely available for you for all these meals. Many of them are super quick to make and can be made ready even under 20 minutes. In the next part of this video, I'll share with you 2 lifestyle habits that a Kapha should never skip. And trust me, the second one is so important that even our Prime Minister himself practices it. But before we move to the lifestyle practices, I have something very important to tell you. You see, following this meal plan, your body will come to its natural weight. But please do not expect that you're going to become super skinny. I say this because I remember when I was young, I used to look at my friends and I used to think, why can't I be thin like them? Why can't I have a tiny waist like them? And for many years, I tortured myself with that comparison, believing that something was always wrong with me. It took me a long time and many years of learning from our ancient texts to realize that God has made every single body different, given it its own unique gifts, its own unique limits. Just like, look at a forest. You'll see a tall, thin bamboo swaying with the breeze, and you'll also see a strong, wide oak tree, unshakable, standing through every storm. If the oak tree spends its life wishing to be like the bamboo, how utterly ridiculous would that be? You, my dear Kapha, are amongst the strongest people, the most stable of them all. You are the one who stays young until long and has immense love to give. If you spend your precious years trying to shrink yourself into something you are not, you will never feel good enough. Yes, you must reach your ideal weight. Yes, you must be full of energy. But stop comparing your size to others. Because remember, this comparison will steal your joy. Remember that God made you exactly how you're supposed to be. Alright?
Now, keeping that in mind, we'll move to our 2 lifestyle habits that are absolutely essential for Kaphas. See, when Subha and I were planning this video, there were so many options, so many lifestyle recommendations that we wanted to share. But we also know if we tell you everything, you won't be able to do anything. So we chose the 2 top most powerful that will give you the fastest results in the least time. And the second one is so important that even our Prime Minister, living such a busy life, practices himself. The first lifestyle habit: 30 minutes of movement every single day. Now, amongst all the body types, Kaphas particularly hate movement the most. The natural urge is to stay indoors, in bed, cozy and warm. Basically hibernate like a polar bear. If you invite them for a game of sports, well, they look at you like you've asked them to climb Mount Everest. They'll instead suggest to play something indoors, like chess or a nice game of Ludo. But here's the thing, Kaphas are also the ones who need movement the most. If you don't move, your digestion slows down to a crawl. The food you eat just keeps sitting in your belly far too long, making you gain extra weight. Now, what kind of movement do Kaphas need? The answer is any movement that makes your heart beat faster and makes you break into a sweat. Relatively quick, fast movements like jogging, fast-paced yoga, dancing, or even martial arts like boxing. Doing slow grounding movements? Sure, that's perfect for a Vata, but for a Kapha, it just won't cut it. If you don't sweat, you're sure to swell. Simple as that. As a small gift for you, we've uploaded a yoga flow, specially designed for the Kapha body type on our yoga channel. You'll find the link to it in the description below.
Alright, moving on to the second powerful lifestyle habit, to melt excess Kapha. But instead of us sharing it with you, let's hear from a leader who practices it himself.
I've read that you often fast for many days. Can you explain why you fast and where does your mind go when you fast?
अगर सामान्य भाषा में बात करूं, जीवन को अंतर बाह्य दोनों प्रकार के डिसिप्लिन के लिए ये बहुत ही उपकारक है। जब आप उपवास करते हैं, आपकी जितनी इंद्रिय है इतनी जागरूक हो गई होगी, बहुत ही सक्रिय हो जाती है। जो कैपेबिलिटी है चीजों को एब्सॉर्ब करने की और रिस्पॉन्ड करने की अनेक गुना बढ़ जाती है। और मैं तो इसका अनुभवी हूँ। दूसरा मेरा अनुभव है कि आपके विचार प्रवाह को ये बहुत ही शार्पनेस देते हैं, नयापन देते हैं। ये एक साइंटिफिक प्रक्रिया है। और दूसरा मैंने देखा है कि उपवास के दरमियान मुझे अगर कहीं अपने विचारों को व्यक्त करना है तो मैं आश्चर्य हो जाता हूँ, ये विचार कहाँ से आते हैं, कैसे निकलते हैं। मैं बड़ा अद्भुत अनुभूति करता हूँ।
Now, when you look at PM Modi, his style of talking, the calm way he makes his decisions, his solid body frame, we can safely assume that he has a good amount of Kapha within him. And if there's one habit he absolutely swears by, which keeps him in balance, it's fasting. But now, before you start panicking and imagine yourself starving, relax. We're not going to ask you to do anything impractical. In fact, we'll show you 2 super easy kinds of fasts that you can start from right now. But first, please know, if there's one body type for whom fasting is absolutely essential, it's our dear Kaphas. Fasting is a practice that scrubs your body clean from inside, literally, flushes out toxins and helps shed that extra weight faster than anything. The first fast you can start with is once a week fasting. In simple words, this means that on any one day, every week, do a liquid fast. Means no solid food for just that one day. But don't worry, you're not going to be starving. Instead, you need to have different kinds of healing drinks: ashka juice, green juice, ABC juice, coconut water, herbal teas, and end your day with a big comforting bowl of veggie soup. I personally do this on most Mondays. Since it's the busiest day of my week and I'm so absorbed in my work, I can keep my mind off food. If you'd like a little extra support or guidance, we also host a 3-day juice fast at Satvic Movement, where we actually fast together with you. But remember, this is only to be done once a week, not more than that, the once a week fast. And the second type of fast, which is an absolute must for Kaphas, is a 14 to 16 hour overnight fast. Meaning, you have to simply leave a gap of 14 to 16 hours between your last meal in the evening and your first meal the next day.
In case you'd like to learn more about the other 2 body types, you can click here.
And in case you would like more hand-holding and support in your journey, you can join our workshops by clicking here.
That's all from our side for today. We hope to see you soon again.